By the end of this video, I want you to ask yourself, why can't we? Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to all my haters. And shout out to everybody that's trying to get a buck. And everybody that's trying to change their lives for the better. So, this is not a story. This is just some thoughts. Excuse me. Do got allergies and bad, and if y'all been with me for a long time, y'all already know it's that time of the year. Y'all don't be surprised Dirty go live with tissue in his nose. That's how bad it gets. Anyhow, the world is restructuring. Excuse me. The world is restructuring. I don't know if you're paying attention or not, but the world is restructuring. Countries that couldn't stay in the United States now are dependent on the United States. So if they can change opinions just like that on a global level, I'm talking about countries that was killing each other, is working together now for a common cause. Excuse me. But the world is working together for a common cause. So, excuse me. With that in mind, if the world can work together for a common cause, why can't your city? If your city can work together for a common cause, why can't your neighborhood? But bottom line, if the world can come together, and it's a lot of bodies between these countries that's coming together, but if they can come together, why can't we? So I don't know if that was a question that was passed around or posed to bring about what I'm about to talk about. But either way, it's significant. So, the Southerners have called a mandatory truce. They called a mandatory truce. Now, if they're going to follow it, I don't know. But I do know this. When they did come with that order about no more drive-bys, I know the Southsiders followed that for the most part. But here's the thing that we don't know. And when I say me, I mean people outside of LA. A lot of the culture in LA has been passed down for generations and generations, so they don't know no different. This is the generation of awakening. This is a generation of change. This is a generation that knows that they were lied to. So if you're going to change something, now's the time. So when they get an order from not only in a pen, but on the streets for the Mexican big dogs, and they all can come together, if they can do that, then do you know what type of force that would be? Do you know how much of a threat that would be? But you know how much of a good thing it would be. Because you do have the one thing about this generation, the people that are awakened, is that they're not afraid to question. They're not afraid to question. Why are we killing them? Why do we have funk with that hood? Why? You start to ask certain questions like how did we start? Like, why do they say these things about these people that started this game? Where was we located? That's gonna go on all across the country, because if LA is the gang bang capital, and I'll say that, if LA is the gang bang capital, that means that they set the trends for everywhere else. Every other place they're gang banging, LA sets the trend. And this is how it's going to domino. If the Mexicans can come together and stop funking with each other, then who they going to funk with? Who they going to funk with? There's always going to be some type of funk. As long as there's money, there's going to be funk. So the question is, if the world is restructuring and people are looking at stuff different, how long is it going to be till we can get it? Till we get it? I'm gonna give you a history lesson. In Sacramento, in the early 2000s, the Asians out here was killing each other at a high rate. I'm talking about the Asians in Sacramento was killing each other at a high rate. And what happened is, all of a sudden, they came together and realized something. And what they realized is it's about money. If you understand that it's about money, then you kind of got to jump on the competition. And they stopped killing each other. I mean, they had other little skirmishes, but as far as like Asians as a whole, funking on a whole live scale, that's really, you don't hear about that shit. They got it. They got it. They didn't need for the world to be brought to its knees, to restructure. The Asians didn't need that. They just did it. They was on some Nike. Just do it. So the thing is, why can't we? Why can't we? If all the Mexicans in LA could come together and be on one page, why can't we? Why can't all the Northerners be on one page? Why can't all the Bulldogs be on one page? Why can't all the blacks be on one page? If the Southsiders can do it in LA, why can't we? And I'm saying that on repeat so you can get it. I ain't saying no racist at all. I'm not saying no race because you already know Dirty ain't no racist. Dirty fuck with everybody. But the thing is, that's a salute. If the Mexicans come together in LA, why can't we? In my city, most of the murders that happen are blacks. That's just how it is. Most of the murders happen in my city are by African American males. And it's unfortunate. But if the LA Southside Mexicans, let me tell you something. LA County is a big ass county. Southsiders in prison are a force. All the blacks in California, wherever they at, whatever pen, the Southsiders are always as equal. They are always as equal, if not more, if not way more. So if they come together, it's bad. So the thing is, if they could come together, why can't we? Why can't we just admit gangbanging as itself is played the hell out? Gangbanging in itself is played the hell out. Money, that's different. That's different because people been killing each other over money since the beginning of time. But gangbanging, a color, a difference of opinion, if the Mexicans in LA can come together and put their differences aside and fight, why can't we? What does them coming together mean to blacks? What does it mean to Asians? We could take Long Beach, for example. In Long Beach, not only do the blacks funk with each other, the Asians funk with the Mexicans, the blacks funk with the Mexicans. You don't hear about blacks and Asians too much getting into it because they understand. So if you look at the mentality of somebody from Long Beach, they've been fighting Mexicans all their life. All their life. So the next thing you know, now all of a sudden, all these Mexicans is coming together. And if they don't wake up. And they don't wake up and get it and form every look. That's like what they did is basically like drawing all of the bloods together. That's like drawing all the bloods together in California and all moving in one accord, or all the bloods in Northern California all moving in one accord. That's a hell of a wave, and I don't know if people can see that. Yep. But man, why can't we? That's all I'm saying, man. I fuck with everybody. I treat everybody with respect. And I always want the best for my people and real individuals and people striving for better, and people that are in need of whatever guidance, whatever. I root for all of them. But still, at the end of the day, I want everybody to ask themselves, why can't we? 30 weather. Go.
I've been asked by a very down-ass carnal to relay this message to each and every one of you that are still out there playing the gangbang role. This goes out to all the barrios, not only in San Diego, California, but throughout all of Southern Califas. Okay? All right? All Southern Califas. Okay, here we go. I'm sure that many of you remember the law that was passed down by our brothers prohibiting drive-by shootings. Okay, we all know about that. And we all know the heavy consequences behind drive-by shootings. Doesn't matter where you're from, what your status is in the gang or in your barrio, how many people respect you, fear you, or whatever, you will be dealt with if you are caught doing a drive-by shooting. Okay? You don't have to worry about the police. You have to worry about people in your own neighborhood putting you in check. Okay? Okay, here's a brand new one. Just came out. All right? The brothers on the inside have implemented a new law. Mandatory, okay? Mandatory, which means it will be done. Okay? Mandatory. It will be done. Okay? A mandatory peace treaty for all the barrios throughout Southern Califas. Okay? That means that if there's anybody from this point on, wherever you're from, you're still out